I'm Luke. I have a wife and 2 kids. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I work for the Air Force as a software developer, and I'm excited to share my story with you today. So, my dad's a pastor. I've always gone to church. When I was, 7 or 8, we moved to Virginia, and my dad started a church. So ever since I was a kid, we traveled around singing in churches. So I grew up with church, and I got baptized when I was like 9, 10 years old. I don't remember a time where I didn't believe in Jesus and who God is. I just walked away a few times, So I guess the first time I majorly walked away would have been my junior year of high school. Got my license recently, so I had all the freedom I could want, which is dangerous, for someone so young. And so I started drinking, hanging out with the wrong crowd, and that kind of continued through my senior year. Things got pretty bad. I almost didn't graduate just because of kind of trouble I was getting into. And then joined a band. We traveled for a while. I did that for like 8 months, and towards the end of that, the partying and stuff was just kind of getting out of hand. God finally got a hold of me, and I kind of changed directions. I quit the band. Had I not walked away, I don't know when I would have, turned back to God. So I did the band thing, came back to Christ, right? But then it didn't take long before I was kind of back into my old ways. I still wasn't taking my spiritual walk as seriously as I should. I met my wife during that time. I joined the military, and then almost 6 years of being in the military before I got deployed for the first time. I was deployed to Qatar. From Qatar, I went to Afghanistan. And the first night we were there, we were sleeping, and a couple hours later, we get woken up. The alarm's coming in. There's indirect fire, which is like a mortar or missile attack. So we hear the alarms, we feel the explosion. It wasn't until I left that I realized or found out how close some of the explosions were. So at the start of the deployment, I had already made the decision, I'm gonna use this time while I'm away from my family to get closer to God. I guess the big thing that the explosion did for me was God kind of pointed out, hey, you're seeking me, and it's great, but you're still holding on to some baggage, and you need to give it to me. God can change you now. You don't have to wait for Him. He's waiting for you.